Hey everybody, welcome back to Whispers of Myth. Today we're diving into a story that I think is riveting as it is mysterious. The Kingman UFO incident of 1953. But there's kind of a twist to the tale that's recently come to light thanks to some intriguing insights shared by Chris Mellon, or at least his communique with what we're at least leaning to be Eric Davis. So let's unravel this one. So picture it now. It's May 21st, 1953, Kingman, Arizona. The story goes that a UFO didn't just crash, but it rather landed. And this event wasn't a simple retrieval operation. It was a planned transfer. According to new details, that we're kind of speculating through this conversation, that Mellon had through a text or email or signal, that this landing was orchestrated as a peaceful handover of extraterrestrial technology to U.S. officials. Yeah, I mean, we've all heard of these stories about gifting fields and exchanges and secret deals, but this one seems to kind of glean a little bit more into the specifics. So the craft itself was described really a 30-foot disc in perfect condition, glowing under the arc lights that were set up around the site in the desert, almost like this event was planned. Witnesses, including a specially contracted scientist named Fritz Werner, he observed not just the craft, but actually its occupants, beings from another world, another dimension, communicating with, that's right, U.S. officials. So this wasn't a covert recovery, per se, of a crash vessel. It was more of a monumental moment of really first contact, where occupants of the craft voluntarily collaborated with earthly authorities and vice versa. At least that's what we're gleaning from this. So, I mean, imagine a scene. Military personnel, scientists, high-ranking officials, all gathered in a remote desert under the cover of darkness, witnessing what would be one of the most significant events in human history. And really, how many of these have happened, even before or since then?
They had no idea exactly where they were or what they were about to see.
We were told that we had been selected for various technical specialties. I was told that I was to ask any questions that had to do with dynamic loads and nothing more, and I wouldn't get any answers to any other questions. It looked like two saucers, I would call it, one on top of the other, inverted, probably 25 to 30 feet in diameter.
In terms of something known, what kind of metal would it look like?
Well, it would look like a brushed aluminum. I'm sure it probably wasn't that. I say that because I noticed no scratch marks. And anything that would penetrate into the sand 20 inches that way would certainly have some scratch marks.
No signs of buckling, fracture, or anything?
Not that I could see. I accepted it was probably some United States government vehicle, a highly classified vehicle. In fact, we were told that that's what it was. Interestingly enough, one of the questions I needed to know is what the mass of the vehicle was. Well, I can tell a lot of things from the penetration into the desert sand and so forth, but I needed to know the mass. And they told me that they weren't going to let me know that. They perhaps didn't even know themselves.
So the craft itself, a marvel of technology, gifted to humankind, promising leaps in technological advances. But what's the exchange? What would we be giving them in return? Big question. I mean, Chris Mellon's revelations, they suggest that Kingman Landing was more than just an encounter. It was actually a transaction of some sort.
There was also a tent, which I didn't get to look into, but one fellow whom I did happen to talk with briefly until they told us to stop talking, said that he had seen two bodies inside this tent, two alien-looking bodies. It was brown, leathery skin, had a silver, like a cap on, without a bill.
Like a skull cap?
Yes, like a skull cap.
The implications to that, completely unknown. I'm not even sure if he knows. So the occupants of the UFO, by willingly going with officials, I guess it kind of indicates a level of trust and intent that goes beyond the mere observation of everything. A gesture of goodwill, perhaps a calculated move in a much larger game of 5D chess or whatever it's called. So, I mean, what do we make of it? Was the Kingman incident really a hidden gem of extraterrestrial contact? Skillfully kept out of the public eye until kind of now. And more importantly, I mean, what happened to the craft? What happened to the visitors? Were they simply studying us? Was it the beginning of a discreet but transformative collaboration? What's really going on? So I leave you with the questions to ponder. What do you guys think? What do you guys think of the Kingman UFO incident with these new details that come out from Mellon and what we're assuming is Eric Davis? I don't know. So share your thoughts, your theories, put them in the comments section. And, I hope you really enjoyed this episode of Whispers of Myth. And remember to like and subscribe. Thanks, guys.